Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. You know, I see these things out there. I don't watch them, but I'm always fascinated with the unseen world. I think it's just awesome. It's just energy, and I'm always very curious sometimes about the story behind some of these paranormal activities. Because that's an unseen world that's taking place that we don't get to experience except for feelings, or maybe we'll see an apparition or things will happen. So I want to talk about that because there's fear connected with that. And my opinion is, I truly believe this with all my heart and soul. You absolutely never have anything to be afraid of. I don't care if it's the most rotten, deep, dark entity. You never have to be afraid. In fact, the fear is what will allow it to affect you. So when we are afraid of things and we have it in our head that anything unseen that shows up is negative, a lot of times it's not negative at all. Sometimes they just want your attention. Sometimes you're an opening. That's happened to me before, and I had to nip it in the bud because I don't want to go there. I don't want to be doing the medium thing or getting this communications going on. But I have had entities visit me and didn't like it. But I realized later on that they found an opening, a positive one, and they used it just to try and get my attention. And later on I realized they were not negative energies at all. One actually visited me during the daytime and then would make an appearance when I was going to sleep. And I actually escorted him out the front door and told him he needed to leave. And I felt bad later on because I realized, because during the day he'd freak me out, he actually touched me when I was in the bathroom. I mean, a few times. This happened a couple days, and I finally realized, okay, now this guy's showing up in my dreams. I see exactly what he looks like. He looked like he worked in the train, maybe the old, I don't know, maybe 30s or 40s. He had these, really brownish kind of wool, big, the big pants, wide leg pants, and he had a jacket on, a wool jacket, and a cap on like you would wear if you worked on the railroad. And he seemed like a worker, really tall guy, very thin, very sweet, and I think he found an opening. Now we do have a railroad train tracks that go by here, and there is a whistle stop somewhere. I don't know where it is because I can hear it, where they're carting stuff around. So who knows where he came from. But I think he found an opening, and I think he just wanted to communicate with me. And so I did go back at some point and sent a message out to him that he needs to just go to the other side and go to light and love, and that he can release whatever experience he had here that's keeping him here. There are lower energies, a lot of them. The lower energies are here. That's why we see a lot of negative ones, because their lower frequency doesn't allow them to go to the other side until they figure out that they can. And they have an idea of what that is over there. Maybe they're afraid to cross over for retribution because they haven't lived a nice life, or they've been traumatized here, so they're still in that negative energy, which is keeping them here. Or they don't want to leave that spot. They're attached to a spot. There's an attachment. Be careful of attachment. So I want you to know that a lot of those energies are they're just not ready to leave yet. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. They just want to hang out. Maybe they were happy in a lot of those spots and they're really enjoying it. They just want to enjoy it for a while more, and that's an attachment, and they have to release it. If you are in a stressful situation, a negative situation, depression, or whatever you're experiencing in your life, abuse or whatever, you have a greater chance of having those energies show up, because they will find openings on lower frequencies and they feed off of fear and sadness. That's their way to get in, because they're, if you're vibrating on that frequency, like a radio station, you've heard this explanation before. If you guys are dialed into the same frequency, you're going to hear the same station. If you've got a higher frequency and you're aware of an entity, you protect yourself. Be strong. No negative energies are allowed in my space. And then you call in light. Now, these are just exercises, but they really do count, because you're in control of your energy. But you never have anything to be afraid of. When you're resonating on a high frequency, nothing can harm you. You know what? I'm going to do one on the physical world too, but your spirit is always intact. We have free will. No one can ever control your frequency. Only you can do that. No one can take you down, do all this other stuff to you. You have control of your frequency. Now, if you stand around in a lion's cage and this thing's going to consistently rip you apart and you don't get out of the cage, that's a choice too. So once again, don't expose yourself to negative energies. If there is one and it's very persistent, get the heck out of Dodge. You don't need to expose yourself to that. So, yeah, you have more power as a lighter being, but if you don't feel like you are, right? Maybe you're not feeling like you're in a higher vibration and that fear's taking you down on that level. You never have anything to be afraid of. Everything is just a hologram. It really is. Nothing can ever harm you. On the unseen world is, we're so petrified. We're petrified of dying. What is that over there? Whatever you're believing and thinking and feeling right now is what translates to the other side. You bring that energy with you. So your energy is yours at all time, and you decide what you believe, what you think's going on the other side, what's happening in this space that's teeming with creating, and it's intelligent, it's reacting to you at all times. You never have anything to fear in the spirit world, in the unseen world, ever, ever, ever. Protect your energy, to protect your space. Meditate on that higher frequency. Do not screw around with Ouija boards. Don't do it. I know some people have used it for positive things. Jane Roberts was one. But who's to say that she didn't bring in some other negative ones, or might have? So don't go there. You don't need to use a Ouija board. You don't need to be bugging people who are maybe confused and see an opening. You don't know what you're opening that door, and you're doing it. So you control your energy, and when you control that energy and you invite that entity in and you don't know what you're inviting in, you have now made a choice and opened yourself up to that. And that's free will, and you did it. And then if you have issues, it's because you allowed it in. You invited it. So don't go there. Don't do it. Don't be afraid. The unseen world is nothing to be afraid of. It seems all scary, but those people, they're just, it's like you go into a haunted house. All right, yeah. All right, yeah, that's scary. Time to go to the light. Nothing to be afraid of. All right? Protect yourself, protect your energy, keep your frequency high, meditate, only connect to your guides and your angels, your highest protectors, frequencies. Know that they're always there protecting you. It's your choice. Call them in. Ask for help. Ask for help if you know your frequency's low. Help me to raise my frequency. Help me to see things positively. Help me to see light and love. Sending you light and love. Prosperity, health, wealth, joy, and peace. Namaste.